They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway, and lights are shining bright tonight as we hear from founder of the Arts and Learning Conservatory, Debora Wondercheck, whose passion for the arts has mentored thousands of youth to discovering and unleashing their artistic voices. Speaking of voice, she's gracing us as a guest and will be singing too. It's Gracie Bates, a teenage singer-songwriter and creative whose gift of acting and singing has put her front and center stage. Plus, we're turning up the heat tonight. Chef Lavette is back. All this and more, and it all starts now on A New Thing Live.
Absolutely. Hello and welcome to A New Thing Live. I'm so glad that you are here. Oh my goodness. Tonight's show, amazing. We've got an all-star, all-female cast lineup, and these women range in ages from teenagers on up, and they going to bring it. And so I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Cindy Galley, and I have the awesome honor of hosting this brand new show. We've only been around for about 6 months, but we are loving it. And we have had some wonderful guests. We've had some incredible aha moments. And so I'm so glad that you're here. We are well into April, and I cannot believe it. I pray that you are safe. I pray that you are doing well. We do pray for our viewers, those that have watched, those that are commenting. In fact, if you're on right now, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, we want you to comment. We want you to interact. It's so much fun to see all of you commenting and interacting. This is an interactive show, so we want to make sure that you do that very thing. But hello, everyone joining also on Instagram. We're just so glad that you're here. So as I said, we have a great show. But before we jump into bringing our phenomenal, we don't just have one, we don't just have two, but we have three amazing guests, special guests tonight. We want to jump into just a few things. We're going to backpedal just a bit. And we had some very, sad news over the weekend. I'm sure a lot of you already know or may have already heard that our hearts do go out to Queen Elizabeth and the royal family. Prince Philip passed away. And His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, almost 100 years old, my goodness. And I have a theory about why the royals live so long. But there's some other pictures that I would love for us to pull out as we kind of share a little bit about Prince Philip. We know that Prince Harry will actually be going out there to visit. Why Meghan Markle is pregnant, so it doesn't look like she will be joining. But, we just want to be sure that, you guys are praying for the royals. And, y'all know that I love me the royal family. And so, again, we're just, he did so much for England and just truly royal in every way. And then with the Queen for so many years, over 70 years, they were together, and I probably should have the exact amount of years, but just they were a striking, stunning couple. And of course, he's been by her side the entire time she was the queen. And so our hearts really do go out to her. And of course, we do love our Prince Harry. Of course, also Prince William, but just a precious, precious picture of Prince Harry and his grandfather. So again, we just want to say our condolences, our thoughts, our hearts are with you, royal family. We do love you. I know when I went to England, I was all kinds of crazy, and I was almost all but stalking Buckingham Palace. I was like, oh, I need to be there for the changing of the guards. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to leave. And, I've been there a couple different times, and I just love the royals so much. And for those of you who may or may not watch The Crown, it's loosely based on their lives. Of course, The Crown has taken their creative liberties, but it is actually kind of an educational, at some points, an educational. Anytime I'd see something that would happen, I'd go and I would Google and say, did that really happen? And to my surprise, it really did. Not everything behind the scenes, but a lot of the major events. And so anyway, we do love you, Royals. And so our hearts are with you during this time. And so, again, we just want to say we're just so heartbroken regarding the passing of the Duke of Edinburgh, but we just know that there are still bright days ahead. So my own personal theory about long living the Queen is because here's a principle that we know. The word says that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So I am a firm believer that the reason why the royals have lived so long and the reason why the Queen is still the Queen and still as sharp as can be is because she has had literally thousands of people for her entire life saying, "Long live the Queen." And God save the Queen. And so that's just my personal theory. And I'm going to stick to it because I know that the word is true. And I'm going to ask for a fan because Mama is getting mighty hot up here. She's got little sweat beads going on here. Maybe behind the little farm door, you'll find it. And so y'all might hear a really weird scratchy sound, but just give it a big, just with the hand. Yep. And that's my world, ladies and gentlemen. I got this really cute. Oh, we don't have to close it. Just the opening. We can close it. 73 years is what I'm told. Thank you. Just a precious couple. So anywho, we just want to give literally our hats off to them. And so also another thing, just while we're talking about some of the national leaders, and this is a little bit of a change of pace, but last week we mentioned that tights were back and I was rejoicing because I don't know about you, but my legs had not seen the light of day literally for a year, right? We've all been penned in and holed into our little places, our palaces, our garages, wherever you live. And so I was so excited because I've always loved tights. I love the fishnets and the ones with the pretty designs and even the funky ones, like a little bit of Betsy Johnson going on. But I saw on Twitter that our new FLOTUS, Dr. Jill Biden, was rocking a pretty cool look with some tights of her own. And I was like, boy, she was really rocking it. She's got this really youthful outfit. I love those booties that she's wearing. I'm like, girl, she's doing it right. So I don't know who her stylist is, but again, that just goes to show that yes, tights are back and I'm ecstatic about it. If you haven't been able to tell by now, I will be wearing some tights this week and I will be putting a picture up on Instagram or maybe I'll make a little reel out of it, but I really am happy that tights are back. That's like some of the best news, seriously, for this for this spring season. Okay, so now, here at A New Thing Live, we 110% believe in our next gen. We love the rising up of these new emerging young leaders, young artists. When you look in the New Testament, you read that Jesus was about his Father's business at the age of 12. He was challenging his parents in a loving way. And he just said, do you not know that I'm about my Father's business? And so we love the young ones here. We try to empower them in whatever way we can. And so we want to just give a huge shout out because this month or this week actually was National Young Writers Week. And so we want to give a huge shout out to all of you young writers. We have some young writers in our own personal lives with Teen Fashioned magazine. We had some amazing young women starting at the age of 12. And they go up until about 17. And then there's a few of us that are older that help to supervise and oversee. But these are young women that are writing to young women their age, in their age range, in their age group. So we just want to say we love you. We believe in you. Those of you that wrote for the magazine, our first premiere issue, we're so thankful. And I don't want to name because if I miss a name, then I don't want anyone to feel bad. But every one of you writers that were a part of Teen Fashioned and that are writing even for the next issue, we just love you so much. And if you're called to write, if you have a desire to write, then just write. Writing is a beautiful thing. It's a gift from God. So Happy National Young Writers Day. Super, super excited about that. And you know that I love pets, and especially the canine family. That is like my number one. I love, if I could be a dog owner right now, I would, but I can't, so I won't. But we just wanted to give a quick little update on a New Thing Live's favorite canine. He was on our show back in the fall of 2020, and he came on our show as a giraffe. Well, now Sir Nova has been made into a zebra. He is a zebra, and look at him. He is so, I'm like, he's regal. He is royalty. That one of him right there on the bridge, he's like, yes, yes, this is who I am. My name is Nova, and I'm up to something good. So we just want to say, Nova, we love you. He's out in Madison, Wisconsin, and I believe we're just going to keep getting those wonderful, fun updates about Nova. But we could not on National Pet Day, which was actually yesterday. We couldn't help but to give a fun little shout out to Nova. And so actually, and I was kind of even talking to the owner, who's a dear friend of mine. I let her know. I said, I just want to confess to you that I actually did sign a petition regarding the mistreatment of animals, you know, with the dye and all the crazy things that they do. I just did it. I went ahead and I signed it, even though I do love Nova, because she has assured me that he's safe, that he's not, he loves it. She's like, his tail is wagging. He loves it. It doesn't harm him. It doesn't hurt him. What she uses, the dye that she uses is very safe. And so I just have to take her word for it. And of course, we do love, you know, how handsome Nova looks when he's done. So, but yes, some of you might be in my shoes and may say, you know, I'm not really appreciative of that. But where Nova is concerned, he is safe and he is well loved. So good job, Ronnie Thompson. And give our love to Nova, because we sure love us some Novocaine. Nova, the dog. Okay. So are you ready for our first guest? So excited. This woman, and I was looking at her bio, and I'm like, what in the world? I mean, I knew that this woman was phenomenal. I knew that she was a powerhouse. I know that she's, you know, she's got it. Like, she is slaying it where life is concerned. But I'm going to read you a little bit about our first guest. Debora Wondercheck, MSED, is the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Arts and Learning Conservative, the ALC. Since 2004, Debora has grown the conservatory from 21 students to 1,200 youth yearly. This is annually. This is not a total in 16 years. No, this is annually. Entertaining audiences of over 10,000 annually in Orange County in the OC. And as an accomplished master teacher of, and I don't even know how to spread this word. I was like, I need to ask Siri how to say it. But the string, is it, you're going to have to tell me, Debora, when you come out, is it peda? I'm letting her finish that peda because I don't know what it is. She has taught and trained students at Vanguard University, Irvine Unified School District, Newport Mesa Unified District, and also serves as the director of music at the Waldorf School of Orange County. These are just some of the things that she's done, but I'm going to go on because there's more. She's received many accolades for her creation of effective arts education programs for the youth, which is one of the reasons we're going to have her here to talk about that tonight. In 2020, just last year, the Arts and Learning Conservatory became a nationally awarded arts organization under Debora's leadership. And also last year, she was nominated for the Women in Business Award by the Orange County Business Journal. In 2019, she received the Orange County Influencer for Good Award from the Institute of Community Leadership and became a, I'm going to say Gianneschi Fellow of CSFU. And additional organizations that have also featured her and highlighted her and given her awards include Orange County's Outstanding Arts Organization of the Year, Farmers and Merchants People You Can Bank On, Distinguished Women of Substance Award of Orange County, and the list goes on and on. All that to say, this woman is bad. She is a bad mama jamma in the best sense of the word. Would you welcome with me tonight, Debora Wondercheck? Hello, Miss Debora. Are you here?
I am here. Thank you so much, Cindy.
I know. I was like, literally, I saw that bio and I'm like, what in the world? She has done some stuff. Wow. Now I'm like, feel like when I see you, I need to kind of
Oh, no, you don't.
give you a little royal bow. How are you doing, my friend? You look amazing. You look gorgeous. You doing good?
Thank you. I'm doing good. And the word you were trying to say earlier was string pedagogy. String pedagogy.
String pedagogy.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. I learn new things every day. And really, this show has been one of the reasons why I do learn new things all the time. I'm so thankful for it. So string pedagogy.
And that just means I train individuals to become effective string teachers. So string pedagogy, that's what it's called.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, just all of the things that you've done. And then, of course, just you having your Arts and Learning Conservatory. We're so honored to have you here on our show tonight. So many questions I have for you. First of all, how have you been doing during the pandemic? How has your family been doing during the pandemic?
We've been doing pretty well. God's been good. That's what I have to say.
Yes.
During the pandemic with my organization, though, it was a bit rough because for about 8 months there, we had no one coming through the doors. We had to quickly figure out how to, transfer and just adjust to our new normal, as people call it. And even at one point, we were about $90,000 in debt. And really, because the bills kept coming in. We have a beautiful building in Costa Mesa, but bills kept coming in. I had to still keep paying people because we did transfer to online. We transferred about 300 string and band students to being an online platform as opposed to being in person, and we had to do it quickly. So that was a bit rough, but we did decide through all of that, because I knew that God had called me to do what I'm doing, and that is reach children through the arts. It's an outreach to not only just reach them, but give them high quality to really set them up for success in life. So in the midst of all that, the debt, not knowing what to do, I knew, God, you called me to this, you're going to provide. And what ended up happening for us by August, there was a couple who had decided to help us out and just asked, what do you need? And ended up covering that debt that we had. Won't he do it? That was Jesus that did that. Covered that.
Wow.
And even before the debt was covered, I had already discussed with my team, my admin team, there's about 5 of us. And I'd said, you know what? I don't care what happens during this pandemic. We're here to do goodwill. If that means our classes need to be free for a moment, they're free. If that means we do free master classes, they're free. We just want to keep reaching. So what ended up happening for us is we did free master classes. We had Broadway individuals come on and do free classes for our students.
Wow.
Amazing. People that we never even knew about, all of a sudden, Debora, hey, we'll do this. Can we pay? And I'm like, can we pay you? No, don't pay me anything that's going to mess up my, mess up the $600 a week thing that some people were getting from unemployment. But many of them were just like, no, we just want to help. We just want to do something great for the kids. So we survived all of that. We were able to do 2 productions during the midst of the pandemic or the beginning of it. We had an online radio theater production that we did, and we did a videotaping of Your Good Man, Charlie Brown Christmas. We videoed each child individually, not in a large group, none of that, individually with a green screen. And then we put those kids together piece by piece onto a video and put them into a movie. And with that movie, we decided, well, let's put this on, let's do a drive-in. And Mariners Church here in Irvine let us do a drive-in theater of our performances of the Charlie Brown Christmas. And we totaled out, we had 2 showings. We had close to 400 people come out to see that show.
Wow.
So we had to make some out of these lemons. We made not only lemonade, but some pink lemonade. In the midst of the crazy. Yeah.
And some lemon pie and some lemon
lemon tarts, all that stuff. But it really worked in our favor. But it all was about doing goodwill. And I know God honored that. And even more than that, Cindy, is that I had to really quickly think, how can we reach more kids? Because the kids are at home. They're, they need help. We got to reach them. So we were reaching them through the online stuff. But then the Lord placed on my heart, reach out to the YMCA. They never closed. They're still serving the essential worker families, and the children of essential workers, reach out to them. So I did. I got in touch with the COO, who put me in touch with the education director. And what ended up happening is we just finished piloting 2 classes to them. And now they want to continue with some theater classes. Eventually we'll be in person, but they're like, yeah, let's get this going at all of the Orange County YMCAs for all of the kids. So we started with 2, and now it's branching into more. And the Boys and Girls Club also got on board. We did an African drumming class for 2 Boys and Girls Clubs, and they're like, look, the kids are just beating things constantly. They need more. So the Lord opened up doors that I didn't even know we could even reach into. And that was all through the craziness of this pandemic, which I'm grateful for how it's come out. Not grateful for the pandemic itself, but God will turn, what was meant for evil for good. And I'm grateful for that.
Yes, my goodness. I mean, so many things that we could even go in so many different directions. First of all, I'm just absolutely so impressed, and that's probably an understatement, with how you took, like what you said, those lemons and made them into lemonade. Because so many people froze, and a lot of people with the pandemic began to withdraw and pull back in fear or whatever. But you're so clear on your mission. You're so, what you're called to do. And you said that. I know that I was called to do this. And so here you are being courageous, and then the heart to reach these youth in a time, especially where has been a devastating year.
Yeah.
For not just for the nation, but for our globe. And for so many reasons, yes, the pandemic, but then there's all the isolation.
Right.
And then there's, some of that can even foster some little bit of mental, instability, or just even emotional instability. I remember just having a breakdown, even myself in my own garage, single woman, and just bawling because I'm like by myself for almost 2 weeks, and I was making whatever was in the freezer. In the beginning, you didn't even know, if you breathe somebody's air, well, you just didn't know. And so, my goodness, just, the heart of God is just so evident in the steps that your organization took to reaching those youth. And then I'm amazed that the Boys and Girls Club didn't even close. Like, to me, that's a hats off to them.
Right. Yeah.
For also staying true to their mission. I'm just so touched, with what you've shared. And then I got goosebumps when you shared that over, about 400 people came through.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, how do you decide we're going to do something creative, something that we've never done before, which is what this show is all about. The show is about doing something new, trying things a new way. There's things in our heart that we want to do. Sometimes we just think, oh, that's just an idea. I'll never really do that. Or I don't really have what it takes. Right. And yet I'm talking to you, and you said, oh no, we green screened and we did this, we did that. What did that process look like? Because it sounds amazing.
Well, you know what? I have a really solid team of administrative individuals around me. I've got an education director of theater, an education director of music, marketing person, an operations person, and literally we all just sat and we talked about what can we do to make it through, not just make it through this time, but to be successful. And with putting our heads together, we all came up with these different ideas. I didn't make all these decisions on my own. But I will say that when I am working with my team, I'll take any and all ideas and I'll listen to it, pray on it, and come on back and say, yeah, okay, this sounds good. Let's try this. Like, I'm all about everybody's input. I'm not an island to myself. I feel like if you've got great enough people around you that are solid in the way they think and how their heart is, especially with what I do towards children, you're going to have solid programs. So with all of our heads put together, we were able to come up with these great programs that I just shared with you.
Wow, I love that. And that's just, again, that's just hats off to you. And I'm so excited at the outcome and really the drive through. I mean, that there's nothing new under the sun, right? I mean, that's something, the drive-in is something that we grew up going to drive-in movie theaters. And so I feel like there was even just a beautiful nostalgic probably experience. I remember going to see Grease in the movie theater. I mean, in the drive-in, you know?
Right.
Since we're talking musicals, but not that I would necessarily recommend that one.
No,
because I think as I got older and I watched it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is really racy.
It's pretty racy.
It is racy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I wanted to tell a little bit on your family, and I want to talk a little bit about, your family as well, because it seems like most of you are musical.
Right.
Did you come from a musical family?
Oh,
your siblings, your parents?
Yes, I come from a big family. I'm the youngest of 7 children.
Okay.
And my mom, very musical as far as singing. Didn't have formal training, but this is what it was. She had decided when she was first getting ready to have children, she prayed and she said, Lord, I want as many children as you'll give me. And with every single child I have, I'm going to dedicate them back to you. Lord, I'm just asking, give them a musical talent. Just give them some kind of musical talent. So 7 children later, she just kept popping them out. And she just prayed, musical talents. Well, her thing was she loved stringed instruments, and she was not able to do any type of playing of instruments, mainly due to where she grew up in the time, which was in Illinois. It was very segregated, North Chicago area. She didn't have the access to the arts. So she loved stringed instruments and she wanted her children to play these instruments. So all of us played either cello, violin, viola, bass. My sister's a professional vocalist. She was voice lessons and training with that. She did musical theater. I have a brother that's special needs, and she had him playing the resonator bells and singing. And so because of that upbringing, I thought that was normal, Cindy. I thought everybody just sings every day and plays the instruments, and realized much later that's not normal at all. But it was all the influence of my mom that brought us into the arts. And what ended up happening too is the wonderful influence of the arts. She made sure we got into orchestras. She found a music school, Conservatory. It was the Jack Benny Music School in Illinois.
Oh.
Yeah, she got us in there. And when they saw these kids come through, she paid a little something with my dad, but they created scholarships for us. But when some of the instructors, I think even one told my mom one day, you know what, if these kids really practice, they should be able to get scholarships to go to a university. And so my loving, sweet mom, who had just been encouraging us to play, turned into a drill instructor. She's like, you better practice. Everybody practice. And that was like the first thing out of my mouth, practice. But what ended up happening is 5 of the 7 of us received university scholarships across the nation in strings. And we switched things up once we got to college, but we were able to get into college with playing our instruments due to her fortitude and her tenacity. So yeah.
I love that. That's so beautiful. And, I'm not a parent, but I understand when I hear parents and they share that they always want their kids to experience something better than what they were
Right.
able to experience. So it's so evident that as soon as she understood that, oh no, there's a chance that they can do this, it was
Right.
like, oh, I'm going to make sure that happens.
Right. Yeah.
Probably why she, like you said, she became a drill sergeant. I love that,
Oh my goodness.
especially because of those times.
Mhm.
I really wish I would have interviewed my grandmother. My grandfather was a college professor. My grandmother also, she had her master's. She was called the grandmother of music in Huntsville, Alabama, where this little tiny community. Well, I shouldn't call it tiny, but called Oakwood College. It's a Seventh-day Adventist community.
Mm.
And I would ask her questions like, what was it like going to school? Or what was it like? Who encouraged you to get your master's degree?
Mhm.
Kind of thing, because it just wasn't the norm, especially out in Alabama and all of those areas. So just so beautiful that somebody saw something very, saw the potential in your whole family and just encouraged your mom to have you all dream. And now, as a result, you're doing that, you're instilling those dreams, and you're fostering that in thousands of kids,
Mhm.
thousands of children. And I do want to talk about the Arts and Learning Conservatory, but I do want to tell on your family a little bit, because when we first went into the pandemic, I remember, because at the beginning you're just, what are you doing? You're like scrolling, you're looking, and I'm not a scroller, but I was, during that time in the beginning, I was like, well, what are they doing? And what's going on here? And in my feed was a video of you and your children
Oh,
playing.
yeah.
I will tell you that had to have been your husband's Facebook profile. And I just remember watching, and I got choked up.
Oh,
Tears just filled my eyes. I think because I feel like it had only been a couple of weeks, maybe a few weeks, where the pandemic, we were just at this ugly, on the rise, and all of these things, and no hope and no end in sight, and
right.
nobody knew what was going on. So we're going to show just a quick little clip
Oh,
of that, because
okay.
it was so, I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind.
But
I didn't know you were doing that. That's fine.
yeah, just want to share the beauty that your family shared, the hope that your family shared in the gifts of strings and instruments. So if we can play that for a quick minute, that would be lovely.
This is Cara, this is Kenneth, and this is Mom. And we will be playing Lovely by Billie Eilish and Khalid.
Oh, I can't hear you.
We would love to put the whole thing up on our, if we have your permission to put that. But I mean, even watching it now, I'm just remembering what it did to my soul. Just watching your family, seeing the unit come together, and then just using your gifts to bless people. And, I don't know what the whole idea was behind it. Obviously, it was filmed so that, some of us could watch it, but it was just so outstanding, and so it ministered to the soulish part of me.
You.
So
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. So what instruments do your children play?
Okay. My oldest son, my son, Kenaniah, is 18. He plays the string bass, as you saw. And then Karis, the one with the brown hair, she plays the violin. And Cara, my youngest, plays viola. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And then what were you playing? Is that the cello or what?
That's the cello. That's my main instrument. Yeah.
Oh, I love string. I never learned. I only played the
Oh,
piano. I shouldn't say only because I do play the piano, but I always just had this deep love for stringed instruments and just the highest respect for them, actually.
oh,
Sting is one of my favorite bassists. And when I would go watch him play in concert, he did one of his more recent albums, after he kind of morphed, with his music. It'd be the same songs, then it went jazz, and then he went with I believe it was the London Symphony, I feel like.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
So he'd bring out his upright, and I just love it. I love the stringed instruments.
Yeah.
Telling on myself. Okay, so you launched you had this dream to launch the Arts and Learning Conservatory. So you launched it, in 2004? And what was it? Was it a dream? Was it an idea? Was it something you always knew you wanted to do? Like, how did that come to be?
You know what it was is, again, my upbringing. I really honored the fact that my mom had invested so much into my life with just making the sacrifices that she did for me to play. So she's also she was a teacher at the time for Head Start. She would always have me come in and show my cello to kids because she knew that they would never even come close to seeing an instrument of that sort. So in the back of my mind, I kept thinking about what I had experienced only due to my mom making that accessibility, making it happen. And so starting Arts and Learning Conservatory, I just thought, I've got to give back. I can't just come and do my little cushy job, because I was adjunct professor of music at a university, as you already shared, music teacher, getting Teacher of the Year awards. I was comfortable, but I knew that there was more that I could be doing. There were students outside of the realm of the orchestra and the districts I was in that had everything. I knew there were kids who had nothing. So, and then I had to think back to the 10-year-old me, little me, of what I didn't have. But when my mom introduced us to that, it changed the trajectory of my life. So I thought, I have to give back. I have to create a program that reaches children that were just like me, children of color, children that didn't have the resources, all children. And so that's why I decided this is the time. And actually, when I decided to do it, I was already teaching for 10 years at the Irvine School District. And I put out a call to kids. I sent a little flyer out, come join my summer camp. Nobody signed up. Like 3 days before the camp, I had 3 kids signed up. So I told my husband, I need to just not even do this. I need to wait till I'm a little more mature. When I'm 70, 60, 70, I'll start the conservatory. And he told me, if you don't do this now, you will never do it. So
wow,
you better call those kids, get on the phone, see who will come. I called over 100 students the weekend before my camp. And by Monday, I had 21 kids signed up for that very first camp. And then the next summer, we had 140 kids come out. And then it's gone on and on and on and on. But it was all just a dream that I had to give back, because God had blessed me with the gifts that he had given me and the opportunity. And I couldn't sit on that. I had to do something to make it happen for other children.
Wow, so powerful. That mandate was like instilled on the inside of you. Yeah. It's something that you couldn't shake. And I'm so thankful, and I'm sure you, as you are as well, that your husband really pushed you to keep moving forward. It's so easy. And I can tell, even for us, sometimes just when you're starting something new, it can be so easy just to want to retract. Yeah. But then when you just continue to, it doesn't leave you, and you realize that it's something that's outside of you and it's bigger than you, and it's not just about you.
Exactly.
And that's what drives me, that's what drives our team, you know, even though it's so new in the process. And so I'm just so, I mean, we've done, I feel like we've done an event together. I think it was the Night of the Arts that we did. And that may have been the one thing that and that was so much fun. I mean, I love that. And, you know, who knows if that type of a thing will come back, but it was just to me to see all of these different talents that you don't realize people have. You know, you could be standing next to somebody at the market and just assume maybe if they're dressed a certain way that that's just who they are. But there's so much, like God is so intricately made each person so beautifully. And that's why we should never judge and judge by the book cover. You know, don't look at someone's outward and just say, oh, that's who they are. Because every one of us has something so unique, and it may not be music. It might be something else. It might be administration. It might be numbers or science or engineering, technology. I don't understand any of that. You know, I worked so hard at math. It was so easy for me to score well on spelling and reading and history, English, all of that I loved. Of course, the creative things, but when it came to math, I would try so hard. I mean, I would study like nobody's business and get a B minus on a test, you know? And for me, math was really difficult, but I know now as I'm older, that's just the way that my brain, I'm always thinking like writing, script writing, screenwriting, writing, publishing, you know, media, that I come to life with all of that. And so, you know, so I totally get, you know, that everybody has a different gift and something that God has given them. So I'm so thankful for you and your organization that has provided and really impacted thousands upon thousands of kids. And I'm excited for things to come. You know, I know that you mentioned that you have some spring classes that are going to be starting in the April 19th, and you have summer camps going on, but you also have auditions coming up for Once on This Island. And the auditions are on the 30th of April. Tell us a little bit about that. I'm excited because I want to go see it. You're going to be performing it at Concordia University, right, in July?
Yes. Okay. Now we need everyone is watching right now. Listen up. We need you to audition. Send your children to audition for Once on This Island. And that storyline is very similar to Little Mermaid. But the beautiful thing about it, especially with everything going on in our nation right now, the Once on This Island storyline does talk about or deal with discrimination. But the difference with this particular production and the way we do things at my conservatory is we find something that might be happening as a social issue, and we find a solution. And we empower the kids to be that solution through the art form. So we're looking for children of color. That's Black children, Hispanic, any color, white, whatever. But the storyline itself does deal
Asian,
everything, guys, everything. We want to celebrate our color, what makes us one. You know, it takes all these different nationalities, colors, whatever, bringing it together and making us one. And it's a beautiful storyline. Like I said, it has more of a Little Mermaid type feel. In Little Mermaid, there was the evil Ursula who kind of took her voice away. Well, in this one, it's another character similar to that makes her give a sacrifice in order to help this young man on the island. And it's beautiful, a beautiful story. What it is we're going to do video submissions for this production. And there's a link, I believe, Cindy, you've put the link up for artsandlearning.org. You're going to need to submit your video online to us by the 30th of April. And then we're going to have in-person callbacks and in-person rehearsals, socially distanced, safe, masked, all of that stuff, until we get outdoors for the actual production, which will be at Concordia University. They've given me their approval for us to do this outdoors at an amphitheater in July. So please, please, please tell everyone that you know to get these video submissions in. We also have a workshop. I believe it's on that flyer somewhere. April 24th, there's a workshop online as well that'll tell you how to audition if you're a little just wondering what to do. But this, again, is a celebration of life. It's a celebration of all of our colors coming together. And it is going to deal with discrimination, but love conquers all. That's the whole thing of the story. So
powerful. Well, yes, I'm so excited. So yes, for those of you that are watching and those of you that will be watching on demand, artsandlearning.org. And I love that you're doing this virtual workshop. What is the age, what age, is there an age cutoff for the auditions?
It's going to be ages 10 to 18. And then with the lead role, there's a couple of lead roles. And also, my goodness, there's going to be an ensemble role where we need dancers, like real dancers, because there's going to be African dance happening in this production. So in this production, if you're an ensemble, you're not in the background, you're front and center. So that's what's going to be in there. But age group 10 to 18. And we also have a lead role for a child that's ages either 7 to 9. Right in there, we have to have one youngster, African-American or brown skin, Hispanic, what have you, has to be a child of color to be that lead role of the young Timoon in the show. So we're looking for a little one, as well as all of the olders that are 10 to 18 to come on out for this production.
I love that. And also for the ensemble, also ages 10 through 18 as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And I just have to tell you, one of my favorite performances at the Rock was for Christmas. Was it a year and a half ago-ish? And it was the little drummer. They were
little drummer boy.
The little drummer boy. And I'm not sure, did you have something to do with that?
Yeah, I picked the music for that, and the choreographer did the work. But yes, we did the drummer boy dance.
It was sharp. I mean, I wanted to stand up and be like, yes! It was so much fun. And it was such beauty to it. And it was, of course, a flavorful version that I loved. I mean, it was, I was so happy. I wanted to jump out of my seat.
But to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that whatever you do is done well, and it's done with excellence. And so thank you for being a very bright light in Orange County, in Irvine, in all of these different areas, in the lives of the children, and the lives of even for those of us at the Rock. I just want to say thank you to you. Thank your family for being so diligent, and just for sharing. Somebody had commented on YouTube, in fact, that it was beautiful. I don't know if you know who Victoria Smith, but she said beautiful. And I love that she said it was a great gift during the pandemic to the world. That's really what it was. And so just thank you for the gift of giving, and may so many desire to follow in your shoes, myself included, and just to continue to give, because it always stems from love. And again, just thank you so much for being a part of us. We're excited about your auditions on April 30th. And we're going to put it up on our website as well. And we will follow up with it as well, like between now and leading up to the 30th, we will be posting about your auditions as well, because we know it's going to be a fabulous musical, and I will be there to watch it. So I'm so excited.
Excellent. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that.
Oh my goodness, of course. Well, you are wonderful. You are wonderful, Debora Wondercheck. I would love to have you back, because I feel like there's so many other things we could have even talked about, the racial things that are going on, and even raising kids in two different cultures. I was raised with two different cultures as well. And so I mean, there's so many other things I know that we could talk about, but right now we just want to give all the love to the arts a conservatory. Now, I want to make sure I'm saying this right, though. To the, let me see, where are my notes? Right, to the Arts and Learning Conservatory
Yes.
and artsandlearning.org. We
Right.
just want to make sure that that's what we're highlighting tonight. And for those of you that would love to audition, even if you've never done it before, if it's something that's in here and you're like, ooh, that kind of sounds like fun, just do it. Just do it. And they've got this workshop happening on Saturday, April 24th, where they'll teach you even how to prepare for that audition. I think that's beautiful. So thank you for giving as much as you do, and just blessings to you and to your organization, and everything that you put your hand to. May it continue to prosper, Debora.
Thank you. I received that word.
Yes, yes.
Blessings.
Absolutely. All right, blessings to you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Wow, so amazing. And we will, like I said, we will. I'm going to double check with her to make sure, but I would love for you all to see the full video of, Debora playing those stringed instruments with her children. It was so moving to me, and I would love for you to see the entire video. So I'm going to make sure that it's all good. And if it's all good, we will be posting it on our website this week, which is a newthinglive.com. If you haven't checked it out, it's fairly new. So do go and give us a visit. And so we are super excited about our next guest. And the interesting thing, there's a little bit of a fun fact going on here. Our next guest is actually taking a songwriting class and even won an iPad to enter into a songwriting contest where the winner will win a contract with a recording company in Newport Beach. And our next guest actually doesn't even know, she no longer lives in Orange County. She actually hails to us today from Nashville, Tennessee. So she's a couple of hours ahead, but she has performed in 8 community and regional theater productions, not even including the handful of church productions that she's been in. She's got a beautiful voice. I'm sure she came out of her mother's womb already harmonizing because it's what she does. Would you welcome with me tonight this precious gift to our show tonight? It's Gracie Bates. Gracie, where are you at, girl?
Hi.
Oh, Gracie. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well. Is it past your bedtime? I know that you're 2 hours ahead.
No, it's only 9. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Okay, it's almost 10 o'clock. Well, it's so good to have you on here. And now I'm pretty sure that what I shared was true, but you are taking a songwriting class from the Arts and Learning Conservatory. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
How are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. It's such a blessing from the Lord. And they are just, my teacher has been teaching me so many things that I actually didn't know about songwriting, and it's just very helpful for me.
Well, I'm so glad. And, your whole family, almost like Debora's family, very musical, your mom, your dad, I could even say Mimi, your grandmother, your brothers, your cousins, like everybody sings, everybody harmonizes. And, well, not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. Most of your family are very musical. And so I know I was kidding when I said you probably came out of your mother's womb singing, but really, I mean, ever since I've known you, you've always sung and you've always harmonized. And I would always chuckle because there was a time when your mom and your dad were a part of the rock choir. And a lot of the songs were like, gospel songs. And then like you and your brothers would be in the back, in your head, and you would be, it wouldn't be like a song that would say everything. It'd be like everything, and y'all would be saying like everything. Like you would be so into it, and I just loved it. That was so much fun for me to see these cute kids with like freckles and blue eyes just busting out with like Kirk Franklin and Hawkins and all these choirs. I just thought, I love that. To me, that's just a beautiful thing to see. So you definitely come from some beautiful musical roots. So Yeah, of course. So I want to talk with you a little bit about your journey. You let me know that you have been in 8 big musicals, the regional musicals, not just like, not the church ones, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been in community theater. And I remember going to visit you and watch you as Annie. Do you remember that?
Yes,
You
that
were
was my
Annie.
favorite role.
Was it your favorite? We actually have a picture of when you were Annie, but how old were you when you were Annie in that particular musical?
I think I was 12.
Oh my goodness, Gracie, are you serious?
Yes, I know it's been so long.
You were 12 years old. Okay, so you're 12 years old and you land the lead for Annie. So, how do you prepare for, to learn all of those lines? How do you prepare for a role like that to be the lead? How do you prepare for that?
Well, I do some vocal exercises just to loosen up my voice. I pray backstage for a good performance, and
Yep.
I always memorize my lines, and I come prepared. So that's basically it.
Well, you make it sound so easy. How long does it take you to memorize your lines? Because I think you came to watch me once in a musical. I was in Annie Get Your Gun when I lived in Temecula, and your whole family came out to watch me. Even your cousins came out to watch, and your aunt, your uncle. Like, it was a big family ordeal to come and watch me be an Annie Get Your Gun. And for me, line memorization, it's like it's so hard for me. I am not an actress. So I always feel, number one, like I'm not that person. I'm pretending to be that person. So it's hard for me to fully become that character. How are you able to, I don't want to use the word translate or transform yourself, but how do you totally take on that character? Like, what's the difference between Grace Bates and Annie, the orphan?
Well, sometimes I look up other people playing the roles and I get some inspiration of how to play that role, but then I make it my own too. So it's not just me copying someone.
Yep, very good. And then, like, when you do your memorization, how long did it take you? Do you remember how long it took you to memorize the lines for Annie? Because you were Annie.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to sing, you have all your blocking, all the line memories. Like, you are Annie.
yeah, it was a lot, but for some reason I can memorize lines really quickly, so it was really easy for me.
Wow. Well, I would say it probably, I know that your mom and your dad, I think your mom did maybe show choir, and I think she also was very involved in productions as well. And your dad, I've enjoyed watching your whole family perform. And I feel like Caleb, when Hamilton came out on Disney Plus, I felt like after 1 week that Hamilton had been out, that he already knew the entire script. I don't even think I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's so true. Yes, we learned
He knew
really quick.
every line, every song. I just would look at him like, you're so crazy. But again, that just shows me, all that's inside your family with the gift of music and song and all of that. Who are some of the inspiring actresses that you have, you look up to? It doesn't have to be theater. It could be also on, film or television. Are there any actresses that you look and you go, I really look up to them. I really admire the way they act. Their discipline, their method, and there may be nobody.
Well, I do. Okay, so me and my mom love Hallmark movies.
Oh, is Lacey Chabert your inspiration?
Well, I like Lacey Chabert, but I also love Candace Cameron Bure.
Oh yeah, she's She's adorable. She
Yeah.
is. Or there was a time when you were younger, you used to say, "Oh, that's just so adorable." That you would just be the, remember that?
Yes.
You'd be like, "Oh, that's so adorable." So I'm going to say, well, yeah, she is just adorable, adorable. How fun. So I'm excited because you're in this songwriting class, and I believe you're going to share a new song with us that you've written. And it's not the first song that you've written. I feel like throughout the years, you'd be like, "Oh, Aunt Cindy, look at this new song that I wrote." Or maybe you and Cammie had written a cute little song. And I was trying to tell you guys need your own YouTube channel. Like your harmonies are so much fun, and the music is so like uplifting and like happy. And then not too long ago, your mom had also sent me another, maybe a link of a song that you had written. And are you writing the songs on ukulele, or are you writing them on guitar, or both?
I do both.
Okay.
I've written 2 songs on the ukulele, and then my song that I'm going to sing tonight is on the guitar. So that'll be
very cool. How long have you been playing the guitar?
So I got it in California for my 16th birthday, and it was just sitting there for a while. And then when I came to Tennessee, I just got inspired to write and play more and learn by myself. So I kind of taught myself, but I'm still a beginner. So, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, one of my favorite moments, and I've have so many, with you and your family, but I did include some of it in our promo, was, there we were. I was out visiting you in November in Nashville, and Stephen James was over, and he's a worship leader and a songwriter, and he's going to be on the show at some point as well. And, he had just written a new song that he was sharing with us. And then you just jumped in and you were harmonizing with him. And it was just this beautiful moment where, like, really, I even wondered, like, do I belong here? Am I supposed to move here? Because this moment is like perfect.
Oh my goodness.
It was just such a wonderful time. But, it's not a common thing, first of all, for somebody your age just to jump in and just start harmonizing with adults. But I think, because you've grown up that way, your family, even when you were very young, you're very comfortable harmonizing, singing with adults, or just harmonizing. And, you and I, we always kind of tease about the harmonies and things like that. And so I've just appreciated and just so enjoyed watching you bud and bloom into this, beautiful young woman. And of course, it goes, even your name is Grace, but I was just going to say, you really do, there's a grace about you that's just so sweet. It's so loving. It's so giving, so humble, because you're super, super talented, and it could be easy to not be humble. But as we even saw, like with, Debora Wondercheck, just the humility and the love and the grace that's on her, and the level of excellence. And I feel like, you're already investing so much in yourself. And I'm just excited to see what that's going to look like as you continue to grow and to continue to learn and to develop your songwriting ability. And so we do want you to sing a song, but we have a fun little game we wanted to play with you. I know, because your family's big on games, and I love playing games with your family. And even though I'm terrible at them, on our show, we love playing games. So it's this fun little game. Let me make sure that I'm saying the name of the game right. Show, Tune, Scramble. Okay. Show, Tune, Scramble. So we're gonna show you some lyrics, and then you just need to let us know what that tune is from what musical. I think you're going to be able to get it. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay. Song number one. The lyrics. Baby, it's time to think. Better beware. Be canny and careful. Baby, you're on the brink.
Oh my, I have no clue.
You know it. I know you know it because I've heard you sing it before. Would it help if I kind of sang it a little bit?
Yes.
Better beware, be canny and careful. Baby, you're on the brink.
Oh, I got it. Sound of Music.
Yes! You are 16, going on 17. Yes. Okay. 1 point for Gracie. Next song. Lyrics say, betcha they're young, betcha they're smart, bet they collect things like ashtrays and art.
Andy,
Betcha they're what?
Maybe, right? Is that it?
All right, let's see. The answer is maybe. Yes. Now, did you sing that? Because I was at your musical, but did you sing that?
Yes, I did.
Well,
so
I would
it's
ask
just
you
like.
I would ask you to sing it, but you're already going to sing for us. So no, you don't have to unless you want to. No pressure. Okay, next song. But then one day I learned a word that saved me aching nose. The biggest word I ever heard. And this is how it goes. Oh.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yes, that's awesome. Okay, we got 2. Oh no, you got 3. Awesome. Okay, next song. Next song is, the lyrics say, and there's a weepy old willow. He really knows how to cry. That's how I'd cry in my pillow if you should tell me farewell and goodbye. I don't think how that song, I can hear it, but that's a tricky one even for me.
Yeah, that was hard.
All right, the answer is Lullaby of Broadway. Oh my goodness, 42nd Street. Come on in and listen to Lullaby on Broadway. Oh, really? Okay. So after we go off air, you're going to want to listen to it. And then you're going to want to, that's the reason why I auditioned for Annie Get Your Gun, was because I wanted to tap dance. I'm like, I just want to tap dance in one musical. So anyway, maybe the 42nd Street dream will still happen. Who knows? Maybe Miss Deborah has a 42nd Street audition. Maybe she can let me be in the back ensemble.
That's so
oh
cool.
My goodness. Okay, last song. Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decide to smile. Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decide to smile.
I have no clue.
I should know these two. All right, what is the answer? Put on a happy face, dog. I'm sure Mimi's got to be like, hello, because so your grandma did a really cute little rendition, and your mom and I like tap danced to it, and it was a little bit different. It was like, put on a, anyway, I don't remember. But okay, I think that's it, right? Oh no, there's one more. Okay, one more. There goes the baker with his tray, like always, the same old bread and rolls to sell. Every morning just the same, since the morning that we came. And that sounds kind of weird. We should have.
It's Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes! Ding, 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 ding. Very good, Gracie. Well, I hope you enjoyed that fun little game. It's always fun to come on here, and we have so much fun putting these together. We crack up, and so I'm so glad you played that game so well. Okay. Well, we are ready for you to sing, and we're just excited to hear your new song. Do you want to tell us what you're singing, or do you want me to go ahead and introduce you and your song?
It's called Starstruck, and it's a love song.
Is there somebody when you write that? Is there somebody in mind that you?
I'm a teenage girl, so.
Great answer.
Yes.
Aww.
All
Okay,
right.
so starstruck. All right, well, let's get that guitar. And would you welcome with me, everybody, tonight as Gracie sings for the first time a song that she wrote called Starstruck. Hey, Gracie, I cannot believe you wrote that. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Thank you.
I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you, can you just do me a favor? Because I feel like some of the guitar was kind of I was hearing some of the guitar and it like a echoey. So could you do me one little
Mhm.
favor and just sing just the chorus a cappella, just the chorus at the like you're ending it, just so we can hear without the guitar. I want everyone to hear your beautiful voice.
And the song
Yeah,
or just the
just the chorus going towards ending the song.
okay. You got me starstruck when I see your pretty face. I don't know what to do or what to say, but I think about you every night and day. Oh, you got me starstruck, trying to keep my cool. Somehow I end up acting like a fool, and your smile, it gets me every time. Feel like it's a sign. Oh,
Oh,
you
Gracie.
starstruck.
Oh, I love it. So pretty. Your voice is gorgeous, girl. It is so pretty. Oh my, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And you will have to tell me if there's anyone that you have in mind when you're singing that song, because it's very, you can't write a cute song like that and not be thinking about somebody when you're singing it. So cute. Are you singing anywhere right now? I know you're in the songwriter class, but are you singing like in church right now? Are you singing anywhere else right now?
Yes, I am. I'm in this group called Teen Choir at my church, and it's just an amazing opportunity where a bunch of kids are just expressing their love by singing a bunch of worship songs and creating music videos and having fun with it. So it's really fun to be a part of.
Oh, well, I'm so glad. I'm so proud of you. You are just such a phenomenal young woman. And of course, you're a Bates, so of course that goes without saying. I mean, even all the way down to little Chloe, and I don't know how she's doing, but all the Bates are just phenomenal people, and you all are very near and dear to my heart. You already know that. So thank you so much for sharing, for coming, for gracing us with your gift of song, and just talking us and walking us through the process of, not everybody's a creative. And sometimes I feel like when you're a creative, you don't think a certain, like I was sharing even with Debora Wondercheck when I was growing up, I was such a creative that, even subjects like math or science were a little bit more difficult for me. But then I was like fluid. I was in fifth grade and I was in eighth grade reading. I was with the eighth graders because I was such an advanced reader, because I'm a writer and I'm a creative in that regard. And so I just love you so much, and I'm so thankful to you for coming and sharing, who you are, so the world can see what God is doing up there in Nashville through Gracie Bates.
Well, I love you. Mwah. I love you so much. And thank you so much for having me on your show. And we love you.
Oh, love you too. And then we will definitely bring you back. Give your family my love. And then we'll have something on our website, just pointing to, but maybe we'll wait till after your songwriting class is over, because I don't know what all the rules and regulations are. So, but it's been so wonderful having you. Everybody, Gracie Bates. Thank you, Gracie.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. What a precious young girl, and brave and courageous and talented. Can you see talented? Yes, talented. Okay. Don't go away. We will be right back. We've got one more special guest coming out, and we are so excited because we're about to get things cooking up in the kitchen right now. But before we do, Don't go. We've got one quick message and one quick word from A New Thing Live. Like definition, exhibition, simplify complexity. I'm going to be on the show the same night as Dr. O'Quinn. Are you kidding me? I'm only 5'3", girl, and I'm a size 10 shoe. That is not right. There's something wrong with that, first of all, okay? Dress, I love that it's in color. I mean, because that red is just popping on you, girl. But I want to get the book so I can already start getting ready now.
Oh, yeah.
This is a princess right here.
Yeah, je t'aime Paris, je t'aime Paris. Oh, oui, oui, mademoiselle. If you haven't yet, don't forget, subscribe to A New Thing Live. Rock on by. Just keep on walking.
Yep.
Oh. Well, if you haven't yet, we would love for you to subscribe to our show. We're live every Monday night, and we just really have a great time. Our show is really meant to be a feel-good show to inspire you and encourage you to doing that thing that's already in your heart. So it's not about yes, it is something new in the regard that maybe you've just never done it before, or maybe you've never really quite given it the thought of what it really means to start something new. But we would love for you to share the show, something new every week. Every week we got something new and fun going on. Okay, so we're in my kitchen and we're about to get things hot up in here. I'm so excited. Our very next guest is not a stranger to A New Thing Live. I would say that she needs no formal intro because she is a regularly featured guest here. We love her dearly, but we also do want to give honor to where honor is due. And we do love ourselves some Ms. Lavette Jackson. So would you welcome with me Chef Lavette today to the set of A New Thing Live? Woo! Lavette. Hello, Chef. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm so good, girl. I get to cook with you today because I got a kitchen.
You ready? You ready? Uh-oh. We might can cook. Hey! Okay.
Hey! About to do the electric slide. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get this
Girl.
Okay.
Okay, so we're so excited because you have just something very simple for us. You said I have a real fun, simple springtime. Talk to us about what we're going to be making today.
Well, first of all, I miss you guys, and I'm glad to be here tonight. So tonight what we're going to be doing is, well, happy spring, okay? So we're going to be doing some spring cleaning out of our refrigerator. So I didn't purchase anything. Everything I'm using tonight is strictly from my refrigerator, okay? So tonight we'll be featuring a frittata. And a frittata is basically like an elevated omelet, okay? It's just more elegant and beautiful, okay?
Okay,
so,
yes.
What I've done is went in the fridge. These are things that I have all the time in my refrigerator. You guys know I love squash. So I have some Italian squash, which is the green squash, and I have the yellow squash. And and then I have some, everything's already prepared for us tonight. I got some onion, red bell pepper, and then I steamed some yellow potatoes, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and start getting my squash in my pan. And this
what should I put my pan on?
Turn that frying pan on, Cindy. Put some heat under it. It can be
I thought it was only going to be in the oven. I didn't know it was going to be on the stove too. Okay, my bad.
It's going to happen on top of the stove first. So about a tablespoon of butter and a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to saute my vegetables. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my onions in the pan with my squash, guys.
Okay.
Scoop it up with my knife.
How much butter am I putting in?
Just a tablespoon, 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Oh, olive oil, not butter. Okay.
Both, Wendy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I cook with both. You have
And I just moved. So I'm still trying to figure out where things are at in my house. Okay.
okay. So
Got it.
we're getting that going, in this together. And so I always cook with garlic powder. So I'm
Garlic powder.
Sprinkle a little garlic powder over. Now I don't know what you have over there, Wendy. What do you saute in?
I saute with garlic salt.
Okay, what kind of vegetables do you have in your pan?
I only have bell peppers and onions.
Okay, and that's perfect. You guys, whatever you have in your fridge, this is about spring cleaning. So it's not about running out getting the ingredients that I have, even though you can later. So what I'm doing is hang this up, and so we got some crushed black pepper, here. And then I'll add a little bit of sea salt on top of this, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then, you guys, I always buy herbs. And you know what I noticed? I love fresh herbs. Things have gotten a little bit higher suddenly now that everything's opening back up. So every week from Sprouts, I get my herbs for $1.99 for the little plastic pack.
Oh, what kind of herbs are you?
This is thyme. This was fresh thyme I sprinkled in here. So
I went to put thyme in here
in my vegetables. The fresh thyme.
Okay.
So I went to Sprouts this week, and do you know how much they are for my fresh herbs?
How much?
We got 2 for $5 or $3.29. That is like $1. What? $1. Some trees. Or
I'm bad with math. Remember, I'm bad with math.
Oh, you did that, huh? Okay, that's fine.
Girl, put me on the spot on live.
Well, prices have increased.
Okay.
Since things are getting back, to normal, or not the normal, but since we're getting out a little bit more, my prices have increased for my fresh. So anyway, so this is sauteing really nice, and what I like about this dish is really quick. It's light. It reminds me of spring. So I'm going to tilt my pan so you guys can kind of see what's going on.
Okay.
All these beautiful colors. I love color. You guys know that. I love it.
Yes.
So I got my veggies sauteing. I'm going to let them go about another minute here.
I think mine are ready because it's just bell peppers. I think they're ready.
Okay. Do you have any meat or anything? Or?
I have soy riso.
Okay, so you have the same thing I have. So I'm going to go ahead and I usually take my vegetables out and cook my soy chorizo a little bit.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is put in my steamed potatoes real quick, guys. Are you guys able
you got
to
potatoes.
Yeah,
you got potatoes. Girl.
Yeah, my girl.
Okay, I'm gonna put my soy riso in there then as soon as I get the rest of these vegetables in there. Okay.
I'm going back in for another little seasoning.
Okay.
I just added some more garlic powder, onion powder, and all I'm doing is really heating the potatoes a little bit with the other vegetables so they're not.
Okay. Right.
So I'm doing
We're done here. We're done. We have all of our soy riso in here and our bell peppers. Okay. I did have I had turkey, like a turkey apple sausage, but I just was thinking I didn't want that in here after all.
Okay, and that's fine. So guys, here we go. This is the potatoes with the squash, the bell pepper. Hopefully you guys can see that. That looks good by itself, right? And so this is yummy. So
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and put it in a little bowl right here. And the reason why I'm doing this is I like to cook my soy chorizo a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this really quick. Let's just get it in here. Okay. All right.
Now, mine doesn't look anything like yours. Mine is like...
And it shouldn't have looked... Let me see yours. Okay. Yeah, I see color. That's all that matters.
There's color. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So here's my soy chorizo. Now, you guys, I get my soy chorizo from Trader Joe's. I found it.
Okay, same.
Okay, yep. It's delicious.
Trader Joe's, it's what I have, but let me tell you something. I have found soy riso at the 99-cent store for 99 cents.
Yeah, you told me that. Now
yeah, so if you can get over to the 99-cent store, you'll save yourself $1.49-ish.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Wasn't worth it because I was getting everything else from Trader Joe's. Looks like my blouse is crooked, but oh well.
But the one from Trader Joe's, it's under $3. It's like some inches. Cindy, what are you doing?
Well, my blouse is crooked, and then it's like when I'm trying to fix it, it's like going the opposite direction. You know, like stage left, stage right.
Okay, so you have everything ready. So while this is cooking, let's get our eggs.
Okay, I have egg whites.
Oh, you do? Okay, you guys, I'm going to grate just a little bit of fresh garlic. I like fresh.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of fresh garlic.
But I think my soy riso is ready.
Okay.
I'm not going to keep it on the burner anymore.
You can keep it on low. Keep it on the lowest you can get it.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to crack, this is like a 7-inch pan that I'm using.
Oh.
And let me go ahead and crack the 6 eggs really quick here.
And okay, should I go and do my egg whites in there too while you're doing that?
Get a bowl and go ahead. You're going to beat it first.
My egg white?
Mm-hmm. Now,
I'm just gonna shake them because I get mine in a carton.
Okay, so guys, I use a little sour cream because I like my eggs. With this particular dish, I like them light, and I don't like that eggy taste, you know.
Okay.
That you get sometimes. So this was just half a carton of a 8-ounce, a small one. So I just used half of it.
Okay. Can I put my egg whites in there?
No, you still need to beat them, Cindy. You still need to beat them.
Oh, okay.
You still need.
I don't know if I don't know where my whisk is, to be honest, but I'll use
a
fork. Yeah,
I'll use a fork. So I'm just seasoning my eggs up, guys.
Boy, these are hard to open.
Okay, so I have my eggs here, and so I'm gonna whisk them up.
Okay.
Really good. And Cindy, do you have any cheese?
I do.
Okay, so get your cheese ready.
Okay.
Our ovens are preheated, guys, to 375.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving these a good stir. You got to get it mixed good because I put that sour cream in here. Okay.
Okay, good.
So this is real nice and fluffy. So
okay, nice and fluffy, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to add back our vegetables in this pan. The pan is still on. So let me add that. And then I'm going to stir, mix it with the chorizo. Let's stir, stir, stir.
But the eggs aren't in there yet?
Not yet.
And the cheese is not in there yet?
No, not yet. But get it
Okay.
ready.
It's ready.
Okay. So we got this all mixed together. Our heat is on
Yep.
low. We need the heat still on low, okay?
Okay, it's on low. It's on very low.
Now, Cindy, you could, if you had like milk or sour cream to make your egg whites a little lighter, you can do that. If you
I
don't,
have almond milk.
no, don't put almond milk.
I don't have milk. I don't have milk or
that's fine.
sour.
That's
I don't.
fine. You can
Yeah.
use sour cream.
Mama don't go there.
Okay, if you have sour cream substitutes, those are fine too. But we're gonna keep moving along.
Okay.
So, your eggs. Did you scramble those with the fork?
Yeah, they've been whisked and shaken.
So, you guys, what I'm doing now is I'm pouring my egg mixture. Now, my frying pan is still on, so I'm pouring this mixture all on top.
Okay.
Okay, so it's all in there. And then what I do, let me put this down. I kind of put my fork or spoon, I use wooden too, and I kind of move things around because I want the egg mixture to cover the bottom surface.
Okay.
So I'm just moving it a little bit. So I don't know if you guys can see.
I can't from here, but you're saying, yeah, I'm just going to do what you're saying to do.
I'm putting my fork in, just kind of moving.
Oh, okay.
Just so it goes to the bottom.
How much egg? Oh, is the egg all the way to the top?
It covers.
Oh, I'm gonna put more then.
Yeah. So this was 6 eggs, and it's okay. It's fine, Cindy. So this is about almost about a half a cup.
Okay.
A half a cup of cheese on top.
Oh, yes. Let's get that cheese up in there.
Okay, so our cheese is on top. Our eye is on low, so we want it on low.
Okay.
And what we're looking for, guys, is I'm gonna drink some water because this oven's on and I'm starting to sweat.
Yeah, I'm working up a little sweat myself.
Okay, so what we're looking for, we're gonna leave it on the low heat.
For how long?
Don't have it high. It's gonna be like probably a minute or two. What I'm looking for is the edges to start to firm up.
Okay.
Where it doesn't move on the edge, and you'll be able to see around the edges.
Okay.
So make sure you don't have the heat too high because you don't want this egg mixture to start cooking too fast, and
it's on the lowest low. It can't go any lower.
Okay, so you can have it on the medium low, but you just have to watch it. So I'm watching mine. You're gonna see it start to create that crust around the edge.
Okay.
Right there. So about 2 to 3 minutes, it should start doing that. I'm gonna grab a napkin because I'm a sweater, guys. So I need to dab my.
And I could put my cheese in there already.
Yes, put it on top.
Okay.
And this is a nice snack for spring. Not a snack, but dinner. This is dinner.
Oh, yes. This is dinner. Yes.
Oh, you can turn it on medium low.
Okay.
We want to make sure that around the edges, you start to see it firm just a little bit.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, but this is really nice. So if you're not, I don't eat meat other than fish. So if you're a meat lover, you can get whatever meat you have in there, sausage, ham, whatever things you haven't eaten, and you can just put it together and prepare it like this. Make it out of a frittata.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, it's delicious. I
I'm
wouldn't tell you if
excited.
it wasn't true. It's very good.
I'm excited.
Okay, so mine is starting to firm on the edges where it's making like a mold. So once that happens, I take my pan, and make sure you have a pan that's oven safe. This is a Tefal, it's oven safe, okay? And then you're gonna stick it in your oven that you've preheated at 375. Turn off our heater. I'm gonna clean up a little bit of this mess I made. And wash my hands, guys. Give me a minute. I'm still here with you guys. I'm just washing my hands.
Okay, we can hear you. We can hear you. Hello, everyone. Miss Lavette is washing her hands right now. So she's going to be in the perimeter of her screen.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you.
And if any of you have any of these ingredients at home, please just by all means just jump in. You know, eggs or egg whites, a little sour cream, some olive oil, or butter, some vegetables, right, Lavette? They can just jump in and do this right now.
Yeah, it's a good way to get rid of vegetables that you know you're not going to eat. You're going to let them go bad. The spinach, I've messed up many times with vegetables and let them go bad. So your spinach, your broccoli, you know, and you can steam the harder vegetables or saute them if you want.
Right.
Yep. You know, just put it all together and you got a healthy meal. You got your protein from your eggs. You got all your veggies. It's light, it's nutritious, and it's tasty. I really like frittata. It's a good thing. So this stays in the oven. Did you get yours in the oven yet, Cindy?
No, because it's not molded yet.
Okay, well, egg white shouldn't take that long. Take it. Go ahead.
Okay. They're not molded yet.
At all? Okay. Well, turn your heat up just a little bit and watch it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is show you guys. Now, this stays in the oven about 10 to 12 minutes. This size.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah, it's quick. It's really quick.
Yeah. Okay.
So after that 10 minutes, I'm going to make sure I set a timer on because that's pretty fast and I'll forget. So let me.
And I love to eat. I love to eat.
Let me put a timer on.
I'm in my little happy place. Where's the music? Where's the music at?
So we got a timer going. Like I said, 10 to 12 minutes. Now, if you were cooking in a bigger pan, like 9 to 12 inches, it takes it a little longer because you would be using 12 eggs at that point and more ingredients. So you would just, what I usually do when it's a bigger one, and if it's still wobbly in the middle, I'll tint it with some foil, and that it locks in that residual heat. And then I take it out and let it sit, and then it keeps cooking. But I don't like browned eggs, so
I do know that about you.
Yeah,
do you like green eggs? Do you like green eggs? Chef Lavette, do you like green eggs and ham?
Oh, I wouldn't mind eating them as long as they're cooked nice and the way I like them. I like color.
I feel like I can see some of the molding. Do you want me to go ahead and put it in the oven now?
Those are egg whites, so they shouldn't take as long. So you're gonna have to watch yours a little closer. So you guys, this is what it looks like. This is done, complete. Cindy, you missing it. So that's the frittata.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and cut into this.
Okay.
Now, this is, like I said, about 7 inches. This really is enough for 4 people. But if you're talking about young men, probably just 2, maybe 1. But you know, I'm not eating heavy like that. So here we go. So I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to cut it in fourths. So you guys can see this. This is what you're looking at. Can you see it?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's your frittata. Oh. And so what I have behind here is like some sliced Roma tomatoes, salt and pepper, olive oil, vinegar.
Yes.
That's the way I would like to eat it. So it's that time, you guys. You know
you're going to eat it.
It's time to
taste it. Now, as you're going to start tempting us, these are my favorite.
Those are good.
The Kamado tomatoes are my favorite.
Those are delicious. Oh.
Sometimes I'll find these at the 99-cent store for 99 cents. When I do, I buy 4 of them because that's the price of one of these.
Those are super good. Super
good.
Now, I'm going to grab something because it's not going to be complete without a little something to, you know, moisten our throat with. So.
Yeah. What are you?
Excuse me, but I had to bring my ginger beer from Trader Joe's.
Ginger beer.
This is not alcohol.
Yes, correct. It's non-alcoholic. It's ginger beer.
Non-alcoholic, but it's just so tasty. This is a treat. This is a treat for me tonight. I deserve it.
You deserve it. You deserve that ginger beer, girl.
Right. So
I almost bought some today, but I didn't.
We're gonna pour our little ginger beer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna thank the Lord. We are thankful to Him.
Yes.
For this time, for fellowship.
Yes.
For friends, for family.
For loved ones. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna cut into this frittata.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna get something else too. I like the Tabasco sauce.
Okay.
That's real yummy.
Yes. So for those of you that don't have Tabasco sauce, maybe you have a little salsa verde.
Yeah.
That could work. That could work. Or if you get some little green, get you some green olives. I don't know where mine are at, but.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this taste test. I'm gonna raise it so you guys can see this. I got a little bit of my tomato, which is really yummy.
Oh, yum!
Piece of frittata. Oh, that's good. That's real good.
I have to tell you that I loved your recipe. So, you know that I primarily only do egg whites, but when you made the frittata and you had whipped up that egg yolk in there, I had more than one serving and my stomach never was upset. So there's something in that process that you do that actually, even if your stomach is sensitive to egg yolks, with this particular recipe, even with quiches, I get nauseous if there's yolk in there. But with your frittata, it was amazing. I had 2 servings and never felt an ounce of yolk in my stomach.
Yeah, and I just believe, there's healing in my food. There's blessing in my food. So
yes,
you gotta get on sometime.
Yes,
it's gotta be enjoy sometime, and I gotta make it available to you guys. But this is really tasty. It's really light, and it's healthy vegetables. And so,
I'm excited. We'll definitely have your recipe up on our website tomorrow. We'll have the recipe, and I might even have some of the directions of when you taught our singles class, and some of that was in there. So I'm going to see if I can find that and then just put that on there. It was a fun time. And let's
Yeah.
see here. Yeah. Trish is saying, looks yummy. Absolutely. Yeah, I always enjoy when Chef Lavette comes on, because then she always eats and tastes what she just made, and then we just all get to watch and salivate.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, if someone cooks
Not
something,
tonight.
I want somebody to taste their food. When I see people cook, I'm like, taste it. Let me experience. You know,
Yes.
I kind of experience it with them and be like, man, I want to cook that too. So hopefully this will inspire you. Get in your kitchen and cook a frittata. You know, you're not limited on the ingredients that you would put into it. So don't worry about that. You know, Cindy has her rendition. I have mine. I can change mine whenever I want. You can change yours whenever you want. Just when you do it with the love and the care, whatever you put in it. And it's going to taste good. I guarantee it.
Yes. Well, Chef Lavette, thank you so much.
Oh,
and if you are not yet following Chef Lavette, please head on over to her Instagram at ms.jacksoncancook, and Facebook is at ms.jacksoncancook. And she cooks with love. Not only is her food delicious, but she puts some of those extra ingredients, including love. And she's going to come back on here in June will be her next time. So we can hardly wait to have you back with us in June. Thank you for bringing us this fun springtime cleaning out the fridge in a safe way, not in a gross way, but just pulling out some of those vegetables that we don't want to spoil, that we've already invested in. So may as well make a really delicious, light, tasty, yummy frittata.
Yes. I love you guys.
Oh, love you, Chef Lavette. You are awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to put your recipe up, and just keep on the lookout, because she's got all kinds of fun things coming up in the near future. So follow her on Instagram and let us know how you enjoy your frittata. We're going to be posting up some pictures this week, but we want to know how you enjoyed your frittata. All right, Miss Lavette. Chef, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye, you guys.
All right. Bye-bye. Awesome. Well, boy, tonight was a phenomenal night. And as always, we went really, really, really long, but I love it. That's one of the beautiful things about not being locked into like 7 to 8, because then we can have these wonderful guests and you can just jump on and we don't feel rushed. That's the thing, is I don't like to feel rushed. I want to be able to enjoy. And so we had wonderful guests tonight. Thank you so much to Debora Wondercheck. She is the CEO and the founder of Arts and Learning Conservatory. She's got auditions coming up for those of you in the SoCal area. The auditions are virtual, but the performance is going to be at Concordia, I believe Concordia, in the summertime. But the auditions are on the 30th of April, and they're virtual, so they're safe. So if you have any children, or you are watching and you're between the ages of, I believe she said, not 12 to 16. Do you remember what she said? We'll put it on the website. I wrote it down in my notes, but we will put it down on the website. Do audition, please do audition. And then, of course, thank you so much to Gracie Bates for coming and just sharing your gift of acting and theater, and then, of course, your gift of song. And she has a beautiful voice. Trish also was on, just made a little comment about how beautiful Gracie's voice was. We were able to hear it a little bit fuller when she went a cappella and wasn't competing with the guitar. Just outstanding voice. And so, Gracie, thank you so much for being on our show. And then, of course, Chef Lavette. She always brings us a really hearty meal, and it's always so tasty, and they're always healthy. And so we want to know, how did you enjoy your frittata? What did you do differently to your frittata? Let's see here. Ages 10 to 18. Ages 10 to 18. So if you are ages 10 to 18, if you have any children ages 10 to 18, and you're in the Orange County area, do have them audition. And again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you. We pray for you. We pray that you are open to those things, those new things that might be coming your way. Hey, I learned a new word tonight. It was pedagogy. Pedagogy. Was that right? Maybe I didn't learn it. Anyway, be on the lookout always. There's something new that awaits just for you, specifically for you and nobody else. And if you're not yet following us on Instagram, jump on over to anewthing.live. We would love just to hear from you. Some of you have been sending us some wonderful direct messages. You're opening up your businesses. You're opening up your online store. You're trying new things. Facebook, we are at anewthing.live. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube and you don't yet subscribe, then do that. Do subscribe. We have something new every week. It's not always an all-female cast, but tonight it was, and we loved every minute of it. And then we do, if you have a prayer request, hey, hit us up at hello@anewthinglive.com. We pray for you already, but we would love to know specific prayer requests that you have, and we are here in your corner. We're cheering you on. We believe in you, and we're excited about those new things that are in store for you, for every one of you. Until next Monday, have an incredible week. Be safe. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, and we will see you next Monday night at 7 p.m. on A New Thing Live.
Are you ready? Hey, help us get the word out about our new show. Subscribe today, right now, to A New Thing Live.